Today's date is December 14th, 2024. My name is Adam Johnson. I'm a 7th grade student at Temple Shalom of Norwalk, Connecticut. I will be interviewing my grandma, whose name is Eva Goldman, about her life and legacy. This interview is being recorded for the Oral History Archives of the Jewish Historical Society of Fairfield County, as well as our family archives. Over the next 15 minutes or so, I will ask you questions that will help me learn more about you and our family's history, especially our Jewish history. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start with you telling me your full name.
My name is Eva Goldman.
Do you have a Hebrew name, and what is it?
My name is Chava Frema.
Who are you named after?
I'm named after both my grandmothers. Chava after my mother's mother, Frema after my father's.
In class, I have been learning about my immigration of Jews to the U.S. and other places. Where did you immigrate from?
We immigrated from the Soviet Union, from Ukraine, in 1969, June 17th.
What was life like there?
The life was hard. The life over there, the Jewish life, was different than any other cities. We had a very large Jewish population, about a third of the city. And we had 3 synagogues. We had a shoichet, we had a moel, and it was different than other cities. We had a Jewish life.
Was anyone in the family directly affected by the Holocaust in Europe or by the pogroms in Russia, Poland, or elsewhere? What can you tell me about it?
Well, my father's and my mother's family was directly impacted by the Holocaust. My father it was 7 of them, and he lost 3 brothers and 1 sister, and all of them had families and 3 kids each. My mother lost her mother and all of her cousins and uncles, aunts, most of the relatives.
Can you tell me something about your family's immigration to the United States?
Could I add just this thing about myself? That I was born in the labor camp, and they did not treat babies over there very kindly. If they found it, they killed it. So my father built a double attic, and the partisans sometimes would bring every other day some milk or something. My mother says I never cried, so I probably never saw the daylight, just to be fed and changed. So for a year I stayed in that double attic until we were liberated.
Can you tell me something about our family's immigration to the United States? Who came over and about when?
We came in 1969, June 17th. It was my mother and my father, my brother, my husband, and my oldest son, Boris. He was 5 and a half.
Do you know why you guys left?
We looked for freedom.
Where did you enter the country?
We flew into New York, and we came to Bridgeport. That's where my mother's sister lived.
So that's where you settled? You settled in Bridgeport?
We settled in Bridgeport.
This is a great background. Thank you. Now I would like you to take out the item that you brought to talk about today. What is this artifact? Tell me about it.
This is a clock that we had a few dollars left. We didn't bring anything with us. No, we didn't have anything to bring. So we brought this clock with us, and because that was like a memory from, it says made in USSR, and we decided we'll bring this clock with us.
Why is it special to you and our family?
It was just a reminder of what we brought with us from the United States. From USSR, sorry.
Do you know about how old it is?
It's probably about 50 55 years old.
Please tell me about this photograph. When and where was it taken?
This photograph, it was my parents' 50th anniversary, and we celebrated in New York their 50th anniversary. So it's my sister-in-law, my brother, my father, my mother, myself, and my husband Isaac.
Why is it special to you and our family?
It's very special because I was very happy for my parents that they lived to have a 50th anniversary in this country where freedom is so valued.
Now I would like to ask a few questions about your life growing up. Where did you grow up and who lived with you growing up?
I grew up in Chernovtsi, in the city, and my father, my mother, and my brother lived with us, and my aunt, my mother's cousin, who lost the whole family in the war.
What was life like? Tell me something about your school life, your favorite teacher, favorite subject.
My favorite subjects were science, biology, and chemistry. My teacher was Yosef Abramovich Blank, and he was a brilliant teacher. I loved him. The life growing up was hard because it was right after the war.
What did you and your childhood friends do for fun?
We went to watch some shows and a movie.
Did you go to synagogue? What was that like?
We used to go to the synagogue on holidays. We made sure we went on holidays. Always on Yom Kippur, always.
When you were a teenager, did you have a bat mitzvah?
I did not have a bat mitzvah. When I was growing up, the girls did not have bat mitzvahs.
Now I would like you to pick your favorite Jewish holiday and describe how you and your family celebrated when you were a child.
My favorite holiday is Passover. It was my father's favorite holiday. For him, it was mostly because of the food. My mother was a very good cook, and he loved Passover food. He used to say, I wish it would be all year round, the Passover food. The meaning of Passover was important to me too, what it stands for.
Now, I would like to talk to you about our family's Jewish traditions. What are your favorite Jewish traditions? It can be making a special food, lighting Shabbat candles, dancing the hor at a wedding, or anything else.
Well, and my family, my mother used to like to dance and sing, but it was food. Our life revolved around food, and we used to visit the remain relatives for the holidays or on the weekend, and see some friends.
Did anyone in your family serve in the military? If yes, tell me more.
My father's father, my grandfather, served in the First World War, and he was a prisoner of war for 7 years. So he did serve and then he was a prisoner of war. And when he came home, he lived for about 2-3 years, and he died of cancer of the stomach. Also, my husband served in the military in Russia, in the Soviet Union military. He served in Sakhalin. It was 10 months winter.
What did you do to make a living in your adult life?
I was a midwife. I worked over there for 3-4 years before we came here. And as a midwife. I graduated, it's called midwife/nurse practitioner, Feldsher Akushevka. But when I came here, I did not do any refresher courses as a midwife because I had children, so I couldn't leave for 6 months for a refresher course. So I worked as a registered nurse in a delivery room. And then I worked in Park City Hospital in Bridgeport for 26 years, and then I decided that I would open my own agency, and I opened a staffing agency. And after a while, with the staffing agency, some of my patients would go, they needed home care, and I would have to refer them to a home care agency, and that's where I decided to open a home care agency, and I was licensed and certified by the state of Connecticut, and I also was Joint Commission accredited. So I had 2 businesses.
How did you meet my grandpa?
I met him, and it's called House of Officers, which people used to, my age, young people used to go for dancing. My girlfriend says, let's go and see what's over there. So that's where I met Grandpa.
Now we're going to wrap up with one more question. What advice do you have for future generations like me?
My wish for future generations is especially for my grandkids, to grow up responsible, loving, kind, caring, respectful, and contributing adults. And also be, for our country, be very respectful of your family. And also always remember Israel. Because I think without Israel, the Holocaust wouldn't have. If it was Israel, Holocaust wouldn't have happened. Also, my wish for my grandchildren to keep up with the Jewish faith. They should be proud of being Jewish, because as Jew, a lot of Jewish people contributed so much to the world, almost in every aspect of life. Example, medicine, science, music, technology, just a lot of things to improve the human race. Now, I also feel that we should always remember the people that died in Holocaust, because their souls should be always remembered. So many innocent babies, children, men, women died for no reason, just because they were Jewish. We should always say a prayer for them, because should their souls rest in peace. And that is very important for me, because I feel that as soon as we forget him, then I feel that I cannot be Jewish and not remember this. That is very important to me. So as long as all those things are remembered and done by my grandchildren, I know that they will do all this, and they will be outstanding adults. I'm very proud of them right now.
Thank you for spending the time to talk with me, Grandma.